All right, you got your foam rollers. Got a little sweat in my eyes, working up a sweat here. All right, so holding that roller just across the body, take it into a couple little twists. Just start to turn gently side to side. Let your heel move with you. Let your hips move with you. Nice, and then we're gonna take it into some light hay baler. So the roller is gonna come to the hip and then just throw it over the shoulder. Stay on one side for a couple of rounds. Last one on this side. And then take it over to the other hip and then throw it over the other shoulder. Nice. Last one on this side. Cool. And then right away, we're going to come down onto the ground. You guys both have long rollers? Yes. Awesome. So we're going to lay the roller long ways, and then we're going to come lengthwise down on the roller. So you're going to sit your butt on the tippy end of that roller, slow and controlled, work your way down the length of your spine, and then just give a second to get into that position. So your head should be supported on the roller. Your tailbone is on the roller, feet in a nice stable position. And then once you've got your way there, just let your arms come out at your sides. Let your shoulder blades kind of snuggle around the roller, and then just give a second here to sink and settle in. Let your central nervous system calm down a little bit. Tune back into your breath here. So that same idea where we started, noticing the breath in the ribs, if you can, just pay attention to the breath and the movement of breath in your ribs. Take one more breath here. And then just making sure that your feet are solid on the ground. We're going to bring our hands into I Dream a Genie arms across the chest, that nice little square across the chest, and then anchoring into your feet so the roller's not moving out from underneath you. You're just going to start to pull your elbows side to side. So your elbows coming slightly across the midline of the body, and your feet are helping stabilize you on the roller. And then you might feel your abdominal muscles get engaged as well to help stabilize you on the roller. Nice. Take one more pull the elbows side to side, and then bring it back to center. Float your hands down alongside your hips, palms facing down. And then we're just going to start to do some rainbow arms, reaching the arms up and overhead, seeing if your fingertips can touch the floor, and then pulling them back down and fingertips find the floor alongside your hips. Inhale, raise your arms up and overhead. See if your fingertips can find the floor, and then float those arms back down. Nice. 3 more just like that. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale to lower down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. One more time. Beautiful. And then hands come down alongside the hips, but now we're going to palms facing up. So we're going to flip the palms and then start to do a little bit of snow angel arms. So you're just going to reach your arms up and overhead and then swing those arms back down alongside the hips, and fingers touching the ground or lift it up, whichever position feels better and more maneuverable. So you want to just make sure you can move freely in your shoulders. Nice. One more time, up and down. Cool. And then we're going to take it into some alternating swim. So one hand is going to reach down, hands will meet in the middle, and then the other hand reaches up and overhead. So we're just going to switch. One reaches up as one reaches down. We meet in the middle, and then we switch. And then with this one, the palms are both facing in the same direction. So whichever variation of the palms feels good to you here. Beautiful. One more time each side, or even yourself out. And now we're going to bring both arms straight out from the shoulders, and now palms are going to rotate and face in towards each other. We're going to hug the shoulder blades around the roller, get a little squeeze like you're trying to crush the roller with your shoulder blades, and then reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling and let your shoulders round away from the roller. Pull the shoulder blades down, squeeze in, reach the shoulders up and round. Pull the shoulders down and squeeze. Reach your fingertips up, let the shoulders round. Nice, 2 more just like that. Pull down and squeeze. Reach up and round. Pull down and squeeze. Reach up and round. Awesome. And then palms are going to flip facing down, and we're just going to let our hands come out at our sides. Arms are now going to be our support system. Walk your feet in a little bit closer so feet are about hip width distance apart. From here, we're just going to start with some alternating toe taps. So one knee is going to lift and then the other. You're going to try to find a little stability in your center. So think about pulling your belly button down towards the roller. So we find and maintain that nice solid center, alternating one leg and then the other, and the hands help anchor you here. And then just notice your breath. So you should be breathing pretty comfortably here, and it should feel like a little bit of effort in the abdominal muscles, but not too out of control that you're struggling here. So if anything feels like a struggle, you might want to dial it back a little bit, maybe not such a big lift, or maybe you just barely pick the toe up off the ground. Nice. And then if all is feeling good, we're going to pull one knee up, hold it there, and then see if you can pick the other knee up to meet. So both knees are lifted in that tabletop position. From there, if it's feeling good, now you're going to alternate those toe taps here, taking it at a little bit more rhythm, a little faster pace. Again, we want to keep the abdominal muscles pulling down towards the roller, and arms are helping stabilize. Nice. Take one more toe tap each side. And then when you're ready, float both feet back down to the ground. From here, we're going to pause just for a moment and then come back to that settling in sensation. So just let your palms face up towards the ceiling, find a comfortable position of the feet, let your central nervous system find that calm center again. Take a nice big breath in. Nice slow breath out. One more breath. Awesome. And then when you're ready, you're going to carefully roll off to one side, lowering yourself off the roller, and then sitting on your butt, you're going to take the roller with you and move it out so that you can keep the roller parallel across your mat. And then you're just going to place your feet onto the roller. You're going to lean back into your hands a little bit, and you're just going to gently roll through the bottom of the feet. So roll heel to toe, take it at a nice rhythm that feels good to you, just noticing the bottoms of your feet. Awesome. And then we're going to turn the toes out slightly, or turn the knees out slightly, so you find the blade edges of your feet, and then roll from pinky toe to the edge of your heel. Beautiful. And then the next time you pull it in, we're just going to rearrange the feet slightly. So we're going to get a little knock kneed. So we're going to step the feet a little bit wider so that the insteps can find the roller, and then knees are going to drop in towards each other. And then a shorter range of motion, you're just going to gently roll the instep of the feet. Nice. And then we're going to loosen up our knees, walk the roller in just a little bit. So left foot's going to step on the roller and hold it in place. And then we're going to just start to drag the right foot side to side across the roller. So the knee's going to drop out. You're going to drag the blade edge of the foot. Knee's going to drop in, and you're going to drag the instep. And then you're just going to find a little bit of a smoothing out there. So you're just going to pull the foot from side to side, and you're just kind of pulling the fascia at the bottom of the feet, and maybe creating a little bit of warmth at the bottom of your foot. Beautiful. One more little drag side to side, and then switch. Right foot's going to hold on to the roller, and now we're going to take it into that left foot. You're going to drag that foot from side to side. Beautiful. One more little drag side to side, and then bring it on in, and we're going to set our ankles or the backs of the calves onto the roller, and we're going to start our little foam roller walk. So you're just going to walk that roller up towards the backs of the knees and then walk it back down towards your ankles. And as you do this work here, just kind of notice, how do the muscles in the backs of your calves feel? Are you noticing any knots or any places that feel a little bit like they want a little attention? And then if you're noticing any places that might want a little bit of extra attention, we'll pause along the way. So maybe walk it down to the ankles and then notice, is there any place that wants a little attention? And then maybe just rock into it a little bit. Awesome. Walk it up an inch or two. Notice if there's any little knots or places that want a little tension, then rock into it a little bit. Nice, and then move it up about an inch or two. Notice if there's any little places there that want a little tension, rock into it a little bit. Beautiful, and then walk it up 2 more inches. So we're finding that top part of the calf, and then just let your calves and your shins be nice and heavy on the roller. So no movement here for just a second. Let the muscles relax. And then we're going to start to point and flex the feet. So keeping the muscle tissue in your calves as soft as you can, draw your toes in and then point your toes away. Beautiful. One more little point and flex of the feet. And then we're going to walk that roller back down towards the ankles. And then we're going to lift the butt up and start to roll the length of the calf. So think rolling all the way down to the ankles and then back up to where the calves meet the knees. And then just make sure that feels comfortable to your wrists and your shoulders. If at any point you need to set it down, you might not find as deep of a work, but then you can just bend the knees and move through the backs of your legs using your legs to help support. But if it feels okay to lift your butt up, letting the weight of your legs rest comfortably on the roller. Give 1 or 2 more good rolls up and down here. Nice, and then set your butt down and we're going to move that roller on up. So we're going to find that crease of the knee. So we're off the knee joint, but now we're finding sort of the back of the thigh. You're going to lean in and put a little press to the top of the right thigh and just swish that leg a little side to side. Awesome, and then take it over to the other leg. Lean in, put a little bit of a press and let your hands do most of the manipulation. So you're just swishing that leg side to side. Nice, and then move that roller on up and in. So move it down the back of the thigh, press into the top of that right thigh, swish your leg a little side to side. Awesome, and then take it over to the other leg. Press in and swish the leg side to side. Nice, and then when you're ready, we're gonna walk that roller up and in. It's gonna get super close to the back of the thigh and the butt, and then you're just gonna kind of hold on to the outer edge of the roller and give your knees a little swish side to side. Cool. Now we're going to loosen up just a little bit. Step your left foot in. We're going to work on the IT band, but we're going to be super mindful and super gentle. So you're going to lift up and you're going to just start to find the side of the thigh a little bit close to the knee. So think about 6 inches up from the knee. Lift up, lean in, and then roll away. Lean in, and then roll away. Lean in, and then roll away. And then either set your butt down or just move it on up, but we're gonna move that roller up so that we're coming now to about the middle of the IT band. And once you've got your way there, leg is supporting you, hand and shoulder helping support. So you're only putting as much pressure as feels good. You're gonna roll in and then lean away. And just take a couple of rolls in and out and just make sure that it feels safe and comfortable. Nice. And then from here, it might feel better to just kind of glide your way up the roller. And then once you found that top outer edge of that IT band, again, we're just going to lean in and then roll away, lean in and roll away, lean in and roll away. Nice. Maybe 2 more here just to make sure all of that feels good. Cool. And then we're going to set our butt back down onto the ground and take it over to the other side. So you're going to move that roller back down, finding about 6 inches up from the knee to the left side. And then right foot steps in, left hand helps support. We lean in and then roll away, lean in and roll away, lean in and roll away. Either set your butt down and move the roller or move yourself on up. Now we're finding that middle part of the IT band and we roll in and roll away. And you control how much pressure you put on. So keep it light or keep it firm, whatever feels better to you. Beautiful. And then if you like, just lift up and move that roller on up or reposition yourself in any way that feels right. But now we're coming towards the top edge of that IT band and we're going to roll in, take a couple of times here. And again, you control the pressure that you put on. Take one more time here. And then when you're ready, we're just going to lift ourselves up so that we can sit our butt onto the roller. And then if you need to make any readjustments, take the time to do so. But now we're going to step the feet so that they're about shoulder width distance apart, super generous bend in the knees, grab the sides of the roller or hands behind you, whichever feels more supportive. And then we're just going to rock into those glutes. So swish the knees side to side. Beautiful. And then take it into that bigger range of motion, rolling all the way over onto the side of your glutes and then all the way over to the other side. Nice. Now the next time you roll over onto that right side glute, give a couple of good rolls up and down. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, take it over to the other side. Roll over onto the left and take a couple of good rolls up and down. Nice. And then when you're ready, bring it back to center, hands onto the roller, 3 tricep dips here. So feet in a nice even position, lift your butt away, bend your elbows, drop your bum down, press your way back up. Bend your elbows and drop your butt down and press your way back up. Last one here, bend your elbows, lift yourself back up, and then set your butt down, hug that roller up super tight against your low back, lean in just a little bit, and then take a couple of gentle rocks side to side. Nice. And then keeping that roller hugged in up against the low back, if you can, release your hands. Hands are going to come behind the head. And we're going to lean back just a little bit. Make sure it feels okay on your low back. And then squeeze your abdominal muscles to come up. Lean back just a little bit. Squeeze and come up. One more just like that. Lean back just a little bit. Squeeze and come up. Nice. And then reposition the roller so we move it on down underneath the shoulder blades. Once you've got your way there, hands behind the head again. Lean back. Exhale, squeeze the abdominal muscles and come up. Inhale and lean back. Exhale and come up. Inhale, lean back. Exhale and come up. And then as you lean back this time, take it into a back bend. If you like, release your hands from your head, reaching up and overhead and just stretching long through the front of the body. Take a couple nice big breaths. Nice. And then when you're ready, arms are going to reach up, contract the abdominal muscles, give yourself a little hug, catch and hold your shoulders, and then take it right into a rock side to side. Cool. And then the next time you lean over to the right, stay there, press into your feet, lift your butt up, and then just roll through that lat, lifting up and down and just rolling with as much pressure as feels good. Nice. And then when you're ready, set your butt down, take it over to the other side, roll onto your left, press into your feet, lift your butt up, and roll up and down. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, bring it back to center, set your butt down, reposition anything that you need to. But now hands are going to come behind the head and we're going to roll the shoulders. So lift your butt up and start that big roll up and down, working all the way up towards the tops of the shoulders and then back down to the shoulder blades. One more time, up and down. And then when you're ready, you're going to set your butt down, reposition the roller so that it comes underneath your head like a pillow. Give a second to make sure it feels like it's in a really nice, comfortable position. And then let your arms come out into that anatomical position. So about 45 degrees away from the body, palms facing up. Once you've got your way there, just check in with the shoulders. Snuggle your shoulder blades in, make sure your shoulder heads are relaxing down towards the ground. And just take a nice deep breath here. And then when you're ready, gently start to turn your head side to side. Nice. One more turn of the head side to side. And then as your head comes back to center, you're just going to reach your hands up, grab the roller, lift your head up and move the roller out from underneath you. We're going to slide that roller underneath the crease of your knees. And then you're going to pick your hips up and then roll that roller underneath your hip bones, underneath your butt. So it's in line with the tailbone and the hip bones. It's in that nice bony structure. So it's really supported. And then come back to that comfortable position of the arms, maybe anatomical position, palms facing up. And then we just want to invite a little softness here. Let gravity do a little work for you. Take a couple nice deep breaths. Take one more breath. And then hands are going to find the edges of the roller just to kind of help the roller stay in place. Left knee is going to stay bent. You're going to reach your right leg nice and long, flex the foot, and then pull the foot up towards the ceiling, and then lower the heel back down to the ground. Pull your heel up towards the ceiling, lower your heel back down to the ground, pull your heel up towards the ceiling, lower your heel back down to the ground, keep that leg there, and then we're going to pick the left knee up, pulling the left knee up into the chest, give a little squeeze, hopefully finding a little stretch through the front of that right hip flexor. Take a nice big breath. One more breath. Cool. And then when you're ready, sliding that right leg in, releasing your hold from your left leg. Left leg is going to extend nice and long. And then we're going to lift that heel up towards the ceiling, lower that leg back down with control. Lift the leg up towards the ceiling, lower it back down, lift the leg up, lower the leg down, stay there, pull the right knee up towards your chest, catch hold of the knee if you can, hug it in, and then finding that nice stretch through the front of the left hip. Awesome. And then when you're ready, release your hold from that knee, float your foot down. We're going to lift the hips up, move that roller out from underneath your butt, lower your butt down, and then we're going to start to spin ourselves around into a tabletop position. So move yourself or move the roller in any way that works good for you. And then we're going to take that roller underneath the hands, take a couple of good rolls here. So think about rolling palms and fingers out to the wrist and the forearm, stretching out through the back side of the body, and then pulling it back in with control. Keep a little bit of a firmness in your center, so you're helping control that movement with your abdominal muscles. Nice. And then the next time you reach out, stay there for a second or two. Let your chest and your forehead drop down. Take a couple nice big breaths. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, walk it back on up and in. Right hand is going to plant down on the ground, palm facing down, and then left hand is going to roll the roller. You're just going to steamroll the top of your hand. Take a couple of rolls up and down. Awesome. And then switch hands, right hand on the roller, left hand on the ground, palm facing down. And then you put as much pressure as you like. Awesome. One more roll up and down just like that. And then both hands on the roller, we're just going to move it on up and in. And then we're going to place the roller so that we can lay our thighs onto the roller. So we're going to stay off the hip bones today. We're going to find the tops of the thighs, toes to the ground, elbows and forearms down, and take a couple of good rolls up and down. Beautiful. And then come to the bottom of that roll. So think 3 or 4 inches down from the hip bones, bend your knees, and then we're going to keep the left foot stationary, right foot's going to drop out and then pull back in, right foot drops out and then pull back in, right foot drops out and then pull back in. Nice. And then switch to the other side. Left foot drops out and pulls back in, left foot out and in, left foot out and in. And then we're going to do that little kick with the feet. So one toe down and then the other. Nice. One more little kick with the feet, and then both toes back down to the ground. Either lift yourself up and move the roller down with your hands or glide yourself up the roller, but then elbows and forearms down, toes on the ground, rolling up and down. Now coming into that middle part of the thighs. Beautiful. And then the next time you come to that bottom of that roll, bend both knees. And here we're just going to take a little point and flex of the feet. So you're pulling the toes in and then pushing the toes away. Nice. One more point and flex of the feet. And then lower your toes back down. And we're going to work that bottom half of the thighs. So either move it with your hands or move it yourself up the roller. And then once you found your way there, toes to the ground, elbows and forearms down, and we're just rocking forward and back. Nice. Take one more rock forward and back. And then when you're ready, press your way back up into a tabletop position. And then we're going to replace the roller so that it's under the knees. Kneecaps are off the roller and we're going to just roll the shins. So hands on the ground, pull your knees towards your elbows and then push your knees away. Pull your knees toward your elbows and push your knees away. Beautiful. One more time, just like that. Awesome. And then push your way all the way back, keeping the roller on the ground, hands on the ground. Lift your butt up, take a little forward fold. Soft knees, hands on the roller, and just give a nice good steamroll to the tops of the feet. Awesome. And then leave that roller on the ground, bend your knees a lot, pull your abdominal muscles in, roll on up to standing, take a couple of good shrugs of your shoulders, make sure everything feels good. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful work. Be sure to drink plenty of water today. Same thing.